Good evening, everyone. This is Sterling Heights Mayor Michael Taylor, and I'd like to call this meeting of the Sterling Heights City Council for March 17th, 2020 to order. I'm going to read a statement that has been prepared by our city attorney. Without objection, I would ask that we suspend the rules to provide this council meeting be held via telephone conference in accordance with Governor Whitmer's Executive Order 2020-2, and that participation of no less than 4 council members on this conference call constitutes a quorum for purposes of conducting this meeting pursuant to the Open Meetings Act. Additionally, due to the current state of emergency and without objection, I would like to suspend the rules to allow public comment to be provided via email only at cityhall@sterling-heights.net for all agenda items, and to incorporate all emails that are received and germane to any agenda item or city business be included in the minutes of the meeting. Procedurally, in order to facilitate an orderly meeting by telephone conference, I ask that if any of my colleagues want the floor to make or second a motion, please let the chair know by stating your last name when prompted. This will allow me to identify you. In case 2 council members speak over one another, I will make the call. All votes at the city council tonight will be by roll call vote conducted by the city clerk. Is there any objection to proceeding in the manner I've outlined? Hearing no objection, I'll start by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance on behalf of the City Council so it can clearly be heard. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Riska, will you now recite the invocation, please?
Dear God, please bless our elected officials. Grant them courage and wisdom to do what is right for all citizens. Amen.
Thank you, Ms. Riska. May we now please have the roll call.
Mayor Taylor.
Participating.
Mrs. Sarosky.
Participating.
Mrs. Koski.
Participating.
Mr. Radke.
Participating.
Mrs. Schmidt.
Participating.
Mr. Yanis.
Participating.
And Mrs. Yarko.
Participating.
Thank you, Ms. Riska. Council, we need approval of tonight's agenda.
Koski.
Councilwoman Koski, please proceed.
Move to approve the agenda.
Is there a
Zarko.
second, Council?
Zarko.
Councilwoman Zarko, do you second the motion?
Yes.
The motion to approve the agenda has been moved and seconded. Ms. Riska, may we now please have a roll call vote?
Mr. Yanis.
Yes.
Mrs. Zarko.
Yes.
Mrs. Koski.
Yes.
Mr. Radke.
Yes.
Mrs. Schmidt.
Yes.
Mrs. Sarosky.
Yes.
Mayor Taylor.
Yes. The motion passes 7-0. Next on our agenda tonight is a report from our city manager, Mark Vanderpool. Mr. Vanderpool.
Thank you, Mayor. Let me begin by providing an overview of the measures implemented by the city over the past week or so to address the COVID-19 crisis. First, on Thursday, March 12th, the city closed the senior center, knowing 500 or so seniors that meet there regularly are considered an at-risk group by the CDC. In addition, the community center was closed due to the fact that at any given time, 1,000 or more individuals could be in the center. Then on March 13th, with reported COVID-19 cases growing in the state, the city declared a local emergency consistent with action at the federal, state, and county level. Pursuant to our Emergency Operation Management Ordinance, Once an emergency is declared by the mayor, it sets in motion action that can be implemented by the city's municipal security team and the Emergency Services Operations Group with the overarching goal of protecting the safety of residents and employees. With this in mind, the following additional actions have been executed. All public facilities were closed effective March 16th or yesterday, including City Hall, the library, Fire Station 5 administration, police with the exception of the front desk, and of course police officers. All parks and recreation facilities with the exception of outdoor parks, the 41A District Court. The facilities with the exception of the court, which I'll talk about shortly, will remain closed until March 31st. However, we expect the closures will be extended into April. Even though the facilities are closed, most employees are telecommuting, which allows many functions to continue remotely. For example, the city is able to continue accepting bids that are currently in process. Permits can still be processed by residents and businesses online. Many site plans that are still under review can be transmitted electronically back and forth between the applicants and engineering and building. Bill payments can be processed online. Registration for future programming in the library and Parks and Recreation can be completed online. E-books, audiobooks, digital magazines, and importantly, while school is suspended, online tutoring and more is available from the library's vast digital collection online. Police accident reports can be processed online along with many other police services. And this is just a sampling of many of our online services. Critical inspections are continuing. There is no delay in curbside refuse and recycling services. However, the drop-off centers will remain closed. The Dial-A-Ride Smart Transportation Service is still available to individuals, but only for medical appointments. The city's coordinating a volunteer service for seniors who need assistance with grocery shopping. We pushed out some of that information today, and there'll be more information coming. The 41A District Court is operating out of the former Shelby Court building while the Sterling Heights location remains under construction. The address is 51660 Van Dyke. The court is under limited operations, which are as follows. All small claims hearing and civil motions for April will be rescheduled to May. Civil infraction conferences, informal hearings, and formal hearings will be adjourned 60 days. With respect to traffic citations, all 10-day periods have been extended as the court is unable to schedule informal hearings on traffic matters at this time. Felony cases will remain as scheduled. Criminal bench trial, pre-trial, sentencing hearings will be adjourned unless a defendant is in custody. Defaults or bench warrants will not be issued for individuals for failing to appear during the period of emergency. All probationers will report via phone, mail, or email until further notice. I'd like to highlight there's obviously no change for the schedule of first responders, including police officers and firefighters. And we're doing all that we can to make sure that they are protected responding to calls. At the moment, first responders are focused on responding to day-to-day 911 calls while making sure that the governor's executive orders and directives requiring closure of restaurants, with the exception of carry-out, drive-up only service, is enforced. Thankfully, we've had strong compliance with the order. Other businesses that have closed per the governor's order includes bars, exercise facilities, coffee houses, and movie theaters, along with a few others. Anyone who would like more information about the limited city operations can simply email the following address, cityhall@sterling-heights.net. You can also visit the city's website for a comprehensive Q&A regarding services during this emergency period. As noted in our Q&A, should any residents have any questions regarding their health with respect to the COVID-19 virus, they certainly should contact their physician, but there's two important hotline numbers they can call as well. First, the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services hotline is 888-535-6136. That's 888-535-6136. And that's open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., 7 days a week. Second, Beaumont Health's hotline is 248-551-7000. That's 248-551-7000. And that hotline is open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The CDC's website is also very informative, and you can reach that at coronavirus.gov. It's also important for me to mention that both Warren Consolidated Schools and Utica Community School District are providing free to-go meals to all children and teens under the age of 18. You can see their websites for more information. The city's economic development team is doing all that is possible to support relief for small and large businesses impacted by the crisis. We're making sure businesses, including small businesses, know about the Small Business Administration loans that are being made available due to the severe impact of the business interruptions. While it's difficult to explain every effort going on in this report, I'd like to mention that tomorrow, beginning at 6 p.m., there will be a community leader forum consisting of the mayor, representatives from the county health department, Beaumont Health System, Henry Ford Hospital, school superintendents to discuss the COVID-19 emergency and its impact on Sterling Heights. While the general public is not able to attend the forum for obvious reasons, it will be broadcast live on Facebook and will also be aired on the Sterling Heights cable channel at various times over the next week, which we'll begin publicizing. Lastly, on the consent agenda this evening is a resolution to extend the state of emergency declared by Mayor Taylor. Pursuant to city charter, a state of emergency declaration can cover a period of 7 days unless extended by the city council. Unlike most emergencies, the current emergency will continue well beyond 7 days. Accordingly, the resolution on the agenda this evening authorizes an extension until midnight of April 13th, 2020. Finally, I'd like to conclude by thanking the mayor and the city council for their steadfast leadership during this emergency, their availability 24/7 for countless conference call briefings and the like. Their input, advice, and support has been invaluable. I want to thank the city's administrative leadership team for their professionalism and guidance during this difficult period. City employees are to be commended for their understanding, cooperation, and willingness to carry on with their jobs remotely during this difficult time. While the next few weeks undoubtedly may become even more difficult, I firmly believe Sterling Heights is well positioned for the challenge. And Mayor, that concludes my report this evening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vanderpool. Next item on our agenda tonight is an ordinance adoption. This is to adopt an ordinance amending Chapter 2 of the Code of Ordinances to create the Sustainability Commission. Council, we need a motion.
Schmidt.
Councilwoman Schmidt, please proceed.
Resolved to adopt the ordinance amending Chapter 2 of the Code of Ordinances to create a Sustainability Commission.
Support.
Is there a second?
Sarowski.
Mayor Pro Tem Sarowski, do you second the motion?
Yes.
It's been moved and seconded. Councilwoman Schmidt, you have the floor as the maker of the motion.
Thank you, Mayor Taylor. I believe this was discussed at length at our last meeting, and I'm satisfied with everything that is in place.
Thank you, Councilwoman Schmidt. Mayor Pro Tem Sarowski, you have the floor. Do you have any comments?
Just very brief comments that I do believe that this is something that makes us, shows our innovation and our willingness to support our community and our environment, so I'm very much in favor of it. Everything's been explained, and I'm very happy with it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Sarowski. I will now go through the remaining council members and call you by name. If you have comments, you have the floor. If you'd like to pass, please just say pass when I call your name. Councilwoman Deanna Koski.
Pass.
Councilman Michael Radke.
Like to speak.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I missed the last council meeting because I had a work engagement, but I fully support this ordinance. I think it's innovative and putting Sterling Heights into the cities that are really looking toward the future. I think it's well written, and I fully support it.
Thank you, Mr. Radke. Councilman Yanez.
Pass.
Councilwoman Zarko.
Pass.
As for me, I want to commend the city attorney and the administration for bringing forth this ordinance. This is a progressive move for the city of Sterling Heights, and I'm looking forward to the input from the Sustainability Commission as we move forward as a community, particularly in light of the challenges that we're facing right now. So without any further discussion on this item, Ms. Riska, we need a roll call vote.
Mrs. Yarko?
Yes.
Mrs. Koski?
Yes.
Mr. Radke?
Yes.
Mrs. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Sarowski?
Yes.
Mayor Taylor?
Yes.
Mr. Yanez?
Yes. Thank you, Ms. Riska. The ordinance is adopted by a vote of 7-0. Next item on our agenda is the consent agenda. Would someone please make a motion?
Koski.
Councilwoman Koski, please proceed.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Is there a second?
Zarko.
Councilwoman Zarko, do you second the motion?
Yes.
The motion to approve the consent agenda has been moved and seconded. Ms. Riska, may we please have a roll call vote?
Mrs. Koski?
Yes.
Mr. Radke?
Yes.
Mrs. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Sarowski?
Yes.
Mayor Taylor?
Yes.
Mr. Yanez?
Yes.
Mrs. Yarko?
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. That concludes that portion of our agenda. The next item on our agenda is communications from citizens. As noted at the beginning of the meeting, we are receiving communication from citizens via email at cityhall@sterling-heights.net. All emails received that are germane to the city business will be included in the meeting minutes. Next item on our agenda is a report from city administration and city council. Any reports from city administration, Mr. Vanderpool?
Nothing further, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Vanderpool. Mr. Kosinski?
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Council, for reports from city council members, I will call on each one of you individually. You may make a report or pass when your name is called. Councilwoman Koski.
Pass.
Councilman Radke.
Mr. Mayor. I'll be very quick. I just want to commend the city administration and the entire city council for the work we've done over the last week. For those at home, we've been meeting by conference call daily, multiple times sometimes, to talk about the current problem of COVID-19. I've been impressed and honored to work with everyone, and I appreciate all of you. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Radke. Councilwoman Schmidt.
Pass.
Councilman Yanez. Pass. Councilwoman Zarko.
Pass.
Mayor Pro Tem Sarowski.
Pass.
I'm sorry, was that pass?
That was a pass. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Sarowski. I just want to take a brief moment here to thank Mr. Vanderpool for his leadership during this time as well. He was right at the beginning of the meeting that a lot of people have put a lot of work in these last few days through what are truly unprecedented times that we're facing. I want to thank the police chief, the fire chief, the DPW director, our city clerk, our entire team. I couldn't list them all by name, but every person in the organization has done something to help through this. I most specifically want to thank the residents out there who are watching and listening to this meeting at home. I want to thank you for your efforts in keeping the spread of this virus from being any wider than it has to be. Well, I know what we are asking you as government officials is unprecedented. None of us have ever dealt with this in our lifetimes, and likely none of you have as well. We cannot defeat this virus without everybody buying in and playing a role. So we all thank you for what you're doing. And together we will get through this. Council, is there any unfinished or new business tonight? Hearing none, there is no closed session tonight, and I would entertain a motion to adjourn from a council member who asks for the floor.
Zarko.
Councilman Zarko, please proceed.
Resolved to adjourn this meeting.
Is there a second? Councilman Radford, second the motion to adjourn.
Yes.
It's been moved and seconded. Ms. Smith, may we please have a roll call vote?
Mr. Radke,
Yes.
Mrs. Schmidt,
Yes.
Mrs. Sarowski,
Yes.
Mayor Taylor,
Yes.
Mr. Yanez,
Yes.
Mrs. Yarko,
Yes.
and Mrs. Koski.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. I want to thank everyone again for participating in this meeting this way. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you.